Doctors keep telling you to detox your body, but nobody warns you about detoxing the thoughts inside your own head. Somewhere in quiet Japan, ordinary people found a simple truth the modern world has almost completely forgotten how to use. The real toxins were never in your food at all. They were hiding quietly in the noise inside your mind. 8 quiet Japanese habits exist that can clear all that noise faster than any pill or wellness app ever could. One of these habits takes only 60 seconds and uses nothing but the fingers on your own 2 bare hands. Another one completely breaks the one genuine rule you were taught your whole life about resting, relaxing, and slowing down. Please stay close with me until number 7, because that one habit is the hinge every other habit swings on. Skip it, and the rest of this list will stay interesting, but it will never actually change your whole life. Here is exactly what quietly waits for you across the next few minutes of this quiet, honest, unhurried little video. You will learn why doing far less can genuinely heal a tired mind much faster than doing so much more. You will learn a hand trick that calms a racing heart during a sleepless night at 3 in the morning. You will learn why the busiest people in all of Tokyo still find a stillness most stressed people never reach. And right at the very end, one single quiet idea ties every one of these 8 habits together so completely. Every single habit builds directly on the one that came right before it. So please do not skip any one. Let us begin with the very first habit, something so simple that you might almost dismiss it far too quickly. Picture a silent room. No phone glowing, no notifications buzzing, no noise whatsoever. Only you and 3 honest, gentle questions. This gentle practice is called Naikan, an old Japanese method for quietly looking inward without any harsh judgment or blame. Most people think looking inward simply means listing every mistake you made and feeling small, guilty, and endlessly deeply ashamed. Naikan refuses that entire heavy approach and instead quietly asks 3 soft, simple, disarmingly gentle questions every single quiet night. What exactly did I receive today? What did I give today? And what trouble did I cause someone else today? That is the whole practice. Yet something quietly shifts inside your chest the very moment you actually sit with it. Your mind slowly stops spinning through old complaints and quietly starts noticing everything it usually takes completely for granted daily. You start noticing the stranger who held a door, the friend who texted first, the sun that simply showed up. A tired nurse in Osaka tried this quietly for 2 short weeks after years of resenting her exhausting hospital shifts. She still worked the exact same brutal hours, but something inside her chest had genuinely, quietly, permanently begun to soften. Nothing about her hospital had actually changed at all, only the lens she used to look at all of it. Tonight, grab any scrap of paper and slowly answer those 3 questions honestly, without editing a single word of it. You will be surprised how heavy today truly felt, and how quickly all of that heaviness starts to slowly lift. But Naikan only clears the surface, and the second habit reaches somewhere noticeably deeper than that very first one did. In the modern West, empty space genuinely terrifies us, so we rush to fill every gap the instant it appears. An empty calendar gets filled fast, a silent pause gets filled quickly, a red light gets filled with our phone. We treat stillness like a threat, something broken that must urgently be repaired immediately with even more noise and motion. But the Japanese gave this emptiness an actual, honest name, and they simply, quietly call that whole sacred pause ma. Ma is the silence between 2 notes that somehow makes the entire song mean something far more meaningful and alive. It is the blank space around a painting that finally lets your tired eyes rest and genuinely, quietly breathe again. A life stuffed completely with zero pauses is not productive at all. It is simply quiet exhaustion wearing a smile. Try finishing your morning coffee tomorrow without once glancing down at your bright, glowing, endlessly buzzing phone screen at all. Most of us cannot even survive 90 full seconds of true stillness before instantly reaching for some easy distraction nearby. So here's tonight's tiny task. Leave 10 quiet minutes completely empty, with absolutely no goal and no plan whatsoever. Your mind will scream loudly for stimulation almost instantly, and that uncomfortable screaming feeling is actually already working exactly correctly. Let it scream, resist the sudden urge to move, and simply watch what slowly happens after just a few minutes. The noise fades, the tight grip loosens, and that small, empty gap becomes the calmest part of your entire day. If empty space still sounds far too abstract, the third habit turns it into something you can immediately, physically feel. This one comes from an old Japanese healing art called Jin Shin Jyutsu, and it only takes 60 short seconds. Each finger apparently holds a completely different emotion, according to practitioners who have quietly used this method for decades now. Your thumb holds worry, your index finger holds fear, your middle finger quietly carries the anger that you push down, your ring finger stores quiet sadness, and your smallest finger holds the exhausting pressure of always trying far too hard. When a strong feeling suddenly grabs you, gently wrap your other whole hand around that exact matching finger right away. Do not squeeze it tightly, just hold it the way you would gently hold a small, frightened, trembling little bird. Breathe slowly in, breathe slowly out, and simply wait patiently for roughly 1 full quiet minute. Nothing more, nothing less. Many people feel a small pulse quietly return to that finger, a subtle sign the whole nervous system finally calmed. Try it right now. Notice any tension quietly sitting in your chest, and gently wrap your hand around your thumb. Take one slow breath, release it completely, and feel that tiny, immediate shift happening quietly somewhere deep inside your body. No app, no appointment, no waiting room required. Your own two hands are the medicine you have always already owned. You can quietly do this in traffic, in a meeting, or lying awake at 3 in the sleepless morning hours. That first habit sounds almost too easy, so this fourth habit completely flips relaxation on its entire exhausted, overworked head. You were taught that relaxing requires effort, spending money, booking trips, and filling your calendar with even more planned activities. The Japanese discovered something far stranger. The deepest calm arrives when you walk slowly and do absolutely nothing at all. This quiet practice is called Shinrin-yoku, commonly translated into plain English as the simple, gentle phrase, forest bathing today. You do not hike hard, count your steps, or snap endless photos for some distant, invisible audience back home somewhere. You simply walk slowly and let the entire quiet forest touch every single one of your senses fully and gently. Notice the damp soil, the dappled light falling gently through the leaves, and the soft wind moving branches above you. Trees actually release natural compounds into the surrounding air that measurably lower human stress hormones within a short, quiet walk. Your blood pressure quietly drops, your racing thoughts slow completely down, and the forest handles the entire healing for you. You do not have to strain toward it. You only have to genuinely show up quietly and simply receive it. This is the strange contradiction I promised earlier. You heal far more completely by trying noticeably, deliberately, genuinely much less. The instant you stop performing for the forest genuinely starts working quietly, gently, and completely on you instead. No nearby forest? Please do not worry, because the fifth habit brings that same deep, quiet calm to your kitchen. In Japan, brewing simple tea can slowly become an entire ceremony that patiently stretches across a full, deliberate, quiet hour. To an outsider watching, that feels wasteful, yet the person slowly pouring that tea is doing something quietly remarkable inside. The real secret is not the tea itself. It is the complete, undivided attention given fully to just one action. When they pour the water, they only pour the water. When they lift the cup, they only lift the cup. No phone glows nearby, no thoughts about tomorrow intrude. Their entire mind quietly rests inside one single, completely present place. A mind fully present in one single place literally cannot feel anxious about anything happening anywhere else at all, ever. Anxiety always lives quietly inside an imagined future, while regret always lives quietly inside an unchangeable, already finished, distant past. Your hands, however, always exist entirely in the present moment, exactly where anxiety simply, physically cannot ever follow you there. Tomorrow morning, make your own coffee like it genuinely, truly matters. Feeling the gentle warmth slowly spread through your fingers, watch the steam curl upward, smell it deeply, and give the whole moment your complete attention for 2 full minutes. That ordinary cup quietly becomes a small, hidden doorway leading straight out of your crowded, overwhelmed, endlessly racing, tired head. We are officially halfway through now, and everything you just learned so far was honestly a gentle, quiet warm-up. This 6th habit carries a feeling so specific that English simply never bothered inventing a single proper word for it. The Japanese call it mono no aware, a soft, tender sadness about the plain, simple fact that nothing ever lasts. Picture pale cherry blossoms blooming for barely 7 short days before quietly scattering across the soft ground below the trees. People could easily mourn that shortness, yet instead, entire crowds happily gather beneath the blossoming trees to celebrate loudly together. The blossoms matter precisely because they disappear so quickly. Mere permanence would have simply made them forgettable, ordinary, and dull. Now, point that exact same idea directly at your own difficult week or your own exhausting, endless, seemingly impossible season. That hard season will eventually pass. That painful project will surely end. Nothing painful stays permanently glued to you forever. But the good moments fade too, so hold them gently instead of anxiously counting down the seconds toward their ending. Once you genuinely accept that everything eventually passes, a strange, quiet peace slowly settles calmly into your entire, tired chest. You slowly loosen your tight grip on life instead of clenching your fists around every single fleeting, passing, precious moment. That soft acceptance quietly becomes the exact doorway leading directly into the 7th habit, the one everyone quietly stayed for. Here it finally is, the big one, the single habit holding every other habit together like invisible, shimmering golden glue. It is simply called Wabi-Sabi, the quiet Japanese art of finding real, honest beauty inside very obvious everyday imperfection. Most people stay stuck their entire lives quietly waiting for some future moment when everything finally truly feels perfect enough. I will relax once I fix this one thing. I will feel calm once I finally lose all the weight. That perfect day never actually arrives because nothing ever stays perfect long enough to satisfy that endless, hungry, impossible demand. Wabi-Sabi flips the entire premise, quietly insisting that the crack inside a bowl is never something shameful to hide. When a treasured bowl finally breaks, Japanese artisans carefully repair the cracks using real, gleaming, visible gold instead of glue. This quietly repaired art is called kintsugi, and the broken bowl becomes far more valuable than it ever originally was. Your scars, your failures, your messy mistakes are not stains to hide away. They are simply your own golden lines. Once you truly make honest peace with your own imperfection, you finally become ready for the eighth and final habit. A calm mind is never a single sudden event. It is a habit you slowly build through steady, gentle repetition. The Japanese quietly created possibly the gentlest method for slowly building any habit that the entire world has ever seen. It is called Kaizen, meaning steady improvement achieved through impossibly tiny, almost embarrassingly small daily steps forward every single day. Most people fail at real change because they attempt everything at once, starting big and bold on some Monday morning. New diet, new workout, and new morning routine all launched together with enormous, completely unsustainable early enthusiasm and false energy. By that Friday, they collapse completely, feeling like total failures, and they quietly abandon the entire project altogether by Sunday. Kaizen throws that entire exhausting approach completely away and simply asks for one step small enough to feel almost silly. Do not meditate for 30 whole minutes. Simply meditate for exactly one single, unhurried, deliberately short minute instead of that. Do not sit in silence for an entire hour. Simply sit quietly for exactly 60 honest, unforced seconds instead today. Now you hold all 8 habits, yet something deeper quietly connects every single one of them together, completely and gently. Now look at all 8 together. The questions, the pause, the fingers, the forest, the tea, the blossoms, the cracks. Western culture always tries clearing a crowded mind by adding more apps, more podcasts, more content, and more constant noise. We stuff an already overflowing mind with even more content, then quietly wonder why our anxiety keeps climbing even higher. Japan does the exact opposite, clearing the whole mind by subtracting, by making deliberate space, and by doing genuinely less. Naikan quietly sweeps away resentment. The pause sweeps away rushing. The forest sweeps away accumulated stress and quiet, lingering tension. Wabi-Sabi sweeps away your quiet war against yourself, and Kaizen simply keeps that same gentle broom moving steadily forward. But the calm, clear mind underneath all of that sweeping was never something you actually genuinely needed to slowly build. It was always yours, buried quietly beneath layers of noise, waiting patiently and calmly for you to finally notice it. Tonight, before you close your eyes to sleep, try just one single habit from everything you just learned here tonight. Hold one finger, breathe slowly, sit inside one silent gap, or brew your tea like it truly, genuinely matters today. You will feel a small, quiet click, that gentle sensation of finally, quietly coming home to your own true self. The real toxins were never hiding inside your food, your body, or anything you could ever physically touch or hold. They were hiding inside the noise you carried daily, the perfection you always chased and never once actually, truly caught. Here, right now, you quietly hold 8 simple keys capable of setting every single ounce of that heavy noise down. You do not need all 8 today. Please do not force yourself to attempt every single one at once tonight. A clear mind is never discovered by doing more. It is discovered slowly by gently, patiently doing so much less. Take one slow, deep breath right now. In gently through your nose and slowly out through your softly open mouth. You made it all the way to the very end of this quiet, honest, wonderfully calm, unhurried little journey today.